i solen. Du er det, der bliver. Du er det, der bliver. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Du er det, der bliver. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. So the other night I was drifting off to sleep, and it's one of the times when my subconscious is creating melodies or lyrics or parts of a song. It's when I'm drifting off to sleep, and apparently the past many nights, just in that really, really relaxed state, just before you drift off to sleep, I suddenly get a melody or lyrics or a combination. And luckily I tried to record it, because I hate the feeling of not having recorded it and forgetting it. Now I just have to make it make sense. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Det føles godt. Efteråret tegner sig på. Jeg kender rød og træbød. Så er du det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Du er det, der bliver. Det varme vind i solen. My voice is still not back to normal. Når varmen tegner sig på, springer ud. Snart er i mit sind. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Ja, du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. Once I have one sentence with lyrics and music, I'll just start to sing it. And just I always have to make sure that I get the vibe of that sentence, like what kind of state of mind I was in when my subconscious wrote it, or what it made me feel when I said those words or sang that melody, and what the different words in the sentence makes me think of. And that's what helps me to create verses and other parts of the song, so I can make associations. I don't have ability to imagine things like visually on the inside of my mind, so I have to visualize just the words or fragments of an image, or pretend that I am somewhere and I'm sensing something, putting it into words. And by the way, you can find my songwriting course in the description if you want to learn how to write songs like me. Du er det, der bliver. Den varme vind i solen. weird because sometimes when I start to sing a melody or pay attention to the vibe, some words will appear. Maybe because the melody reminds me of a certain emotion or a certain element, a certain thing or something, or a certain word that I will then suddenly say with a bunch of other words, and then we have a sentence. I hear words, I hear sentences in my mind while I'm singing. Maybe because I try to let go of writing a particular song, I just try and practice to be mindful with what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing, what I'm singing. And oftentimes it won't make sense. I'll just have like this feeling of a bunch of, why am I suddenly feeling such a rush of happiness? I don't know. Where did that come from? Wow. It feels like I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know why I'm suddenly. It feels like. I can't talk. I wish I could put a recorder on my brain so you could hear the things that are going on in my brain, because wow, that's why I'm also practicing sometimes to just say the words that are coming out of my head, just say it, because it feels like a bunch of words being thrown into my head, into a sentence, and it doesn't necessarily make any sense. It's just a bunch of associations. Normally I will actually record on my phone, but now I'm recording on the camera, but I should have recorded on my phone as well, so I could just listen to what I had been just there it was. The reason why it's important to sing whatever it is that you hear, just sing it even though it doesn't make sense, just express it, is because then you get more and more in tune in terms of what is the theme of the song, like what are the words that I continue to somehow sing, which for me now is something about the seasons and something about time, something about something that stays the same, something about the sun, warmth, and once again the theme that I almost always have in my songs, light and darkness, or day and night, winter and summer. And lots of the songwriting is just getting myself into a meditative state where I stop wanting something in particular. And that's why oftentimes the songwriting process is so uncontrolled in many ways, because I can't decide whether or not I finish the song today or in a week or in a year, because sometimes the song doesn't want to be finished or written yet. Sometimes it's just about putting something into a melody or some words, even though it's not a finished song, but then at least I have expressed something and I've used the little snippet from when I was sleeping. Maybe I should just play it so you can hear it. I'm I'm always kind of half asleep when I do these.
Du er det, der bliver den varme vind i solen. Den varme vind i, og den kolde vind i solen.
Then I start to judge what I'm saying, because once again, when I'm just in a mindful state and just allowing myself to express the words that I hear, oftentimes it doesn't necessarily make sense. It's just a bunch of words. Maybe some of it makes sense, but overall it's just, again, throwing a bunch of words into my head and then out of my mouth. And the same goes when I'm half asleep. I'm just, like, in my mind it makes sense, it makes perfect sense. Like I have a melody and I have these lyrics, and then I express them, and then immediately I start to judge it, like, that doesn't make any sense, or like, it made sense in my mind, but then when I express it, there's something that doesn't make sense. Even if, like, it can either be like grammar or just something that doesn't make sense in the description of something. And that, I think, is important not to, like, it's okay that you judge, because it's like the analytic part of your brain stepping in, and trying to make sense of it and try to be logic. And that's okay, like, that's also part of the songwriting process. But if we immediately judge it and kind of shut it down and leave it, then we can't figure out if it actually had some potential. So we have to take it even though it doesn't make sense, and then start to write something and start to make associations from this. I talk more about this in my songwriting course. You can check it out if you want to. It is 50% off for the first 5 people that sign up.